here with another edition of A Moment of Science, and in today's episode we're going to talk about air pressure. And in any good air pressure lesson, we always need a bottle and an egg.
I know. When you hear a teacher start talking about air pressure, you just want to take a nap. It's boring, right? Well, you might want to
wake up!
When talking about air pressure, we are literally speaking about how much pressure, how much pushing the air is doing. Now, there are typically two types of air pressure we refer to. There's high pressure, which means there's lots of pushing, and there's low pressure, which means there's not as much pushing. So what causes high pressure and low pressure? Well, it all goes back to temperature. When the air is cold, things like to condense, and when the air condenses, it gets heavier and therefore pushes down more. And the opposite is true when the air is warm. When things are warm, they tend to spread out. When air gets warm, the air molecules spread out and there's less of them to push down. So let's talk about what this means for weather. When it's cold outside, or it's colder than it was before, that's typically a high pressure system. Now think about that. If it's cool outside, what's not happening? Well, evaporation. Evaporation needs heat to happen, and the less heat, the less evaporation. So on a high pressure day, there's less evaporation happening, which typically means it's going to be a nice day. So try and remember that. High pressure means cool air, and cool air usually means nice weather. So it's going to be a fair day. Now let's go to the other side and talk about low pressure. Low pressure is what happens when the air is warm. And when the air is warm, that causes evaporation to happen more. And when there's more evaporation, that water vapor rises up into the air. Eventually, you know what happens with the rest of the water cycle. There's more condensation and eventually precipitation. So typically when there's low pressure, that's warm weather, we usually see rain on those days. So try and remember that. Low pressure is warm weather, which typically equals rain. So we're going to do a little demonstration here. In this demonstration, we're going to use a bottle and an egg, and we're going to investigate what happens with high pressure and low pressure. So you can see it's just a normal bottle, and right now the air inside the bottle and the air outside the bottle are the same temperature. So there is no high or low pressure right now. And now we're going to create a difference, and we're going to use our egg in a unique way. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of paper inside of our bottle, and we're going to light it on fire, and that's going to create warm air. Now remember, warm air is low pressure. So we're going to have low pressure inside the bottle, which means the air around the bottle is going to be high pressure. So when we put our egg on top, I want you to watch what happens when the high pressure, which is going to be pushing down, is going to push against the low pressure in the bottle, which means there's not very much air to actually do the pushing. So let's watch what happens.
Okay, that was pretty cool. But now, how do we get the egg out of the bottle? Well, there's always this method. Effective, but messy. Let's see if we can use what we have just learned about high pressure and low pressure to get the egg out of the bottle. This time I need to do the opposite. I'm going to try to create a high pressure system inside the bottle, which will force the egg out. That was much cleaner.